everybody, and welcome back to Valkyria Chronicles 4 Rival here. And okay, so in the last video, we found out some stuff. That indeed, Angie was the reactor core. She is a Valkyria, and the Federation have been using at least 3 Valkyria to power their 3 super on ice ships, which basically means that the Federation are just as bad as the Empire. But it seems like the Valkyria have to choose to be in the reactor in order for it to work. They have to actually make the choice, the conscious choice, to go into the reactor, which is why they couldn't force Angie back into the reactor. That's why the captain and all that didn't go, she's out the reactor, and force her back in. She has to want to go back into there. So it seems like the crew and the way they took to her and the way that they were all looking after her made her want to save them. Whereas Chimera, she's been tested and poked and prodded, and so she feels that she's only worth that. So I think that's kind of like the major difference between the two sides. The Federation are the good guys because they never forced anyone to do anything. It was down to their own choice. I mean, Angie got back in because she knew that who she was. She figured out who she was. She remembered because of the thing that Chimera did. And she knew the only way to save them was to get back into the reactor and plug herself in. I still don't think it's a good thing to have someone be the power source of a machine. But it's the choice that's the important part. And she saved them. She saved them. Unfortunately, it seems like if that's the case, if it is a Valkyria as the main power core, the reactor for the power of these ships, then when they scuttled the Cavalier, a Valkyria died, and that was the resulting explosion. That's kind of scary. But we're going to continue on. I don't know whether there will be a battle today. There might not be. We do have some squad stories that need to be done, but I do want to show you guys a quick grinding route for XP and money, because if I go to headquarters, we've had very little in the way of research to do as of late, and because of my grinding, we're at 539,000 buckaroos. I'm fairly sure there's a word for this, but I don't know what it is. We've only got 3,923 XP because I have done some work.
Oh, hey Claude.
That was the wrong one.
What are we building today?
We're not building anything today, Miles, because I hit the wrong button. We're going to go to the training field instead. Hey, Marie.
Welcome, Captain Wallace.
We've got everyone up to... Well, the Lancers are the lowest rank. They're at level 16, but everyone else is 17s or 18s. Now, given the fact we kind of got to level 11 and became elite, I get the feeling it's either level 20, 21, or 22 is probably the max, because I know that from comments and things, there is nothing else. There's no like super elites or anything like that. So 20, 21, 22, I'm expecting this to top out. Given how much XP it's costing to level up now, and how much you get for mission completions and things, I don't see us getting much more than that. So, I mean, it's for level 19, troopers are 40,000. Yeah, I don't see us going much higher than 20, 21, something like that. So, we're not doing bad. We're not doing bad at all. I'm going to keep grinding because money, if nothing else.
Done for the day?
But if there's no battle, I will show you that little route that I found. It's dead easy. It takes a turn in battle. So easy. But anyway, in his name, reason to fight. Here we go.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Belguy, you are tapped, mate.
How could anything be so perfectly, achingly beautiful?
That is not beautiful.
It's heaven's light. The light of creation.
That's what's left after a person died, you moron.
An earthborn sun, crafted by human hands. A beacon of hope to light the path of mankind.
I think if we look up the definition of the word crazy, we're going to say a picture of you, pal.
You've done it, Al. Albert Miller, my dearest friend. Your final gift, this great Promethean fire you left behind, will change the world!
I'm guessing this Albert Miller was the scientist on the Federation side and was probably a friend of Belgar's at some point.
No. No. I am the one who will change this world as Al's friend. It is my privilege, my right. Yes, I will be the one to finally grant your wish. Only I ever truly understood you, Al. I was your friend, and so I work in your stead. I will see it done.
He's not all there. The letter. Oh, don't tell me Angie left Riley a letter.
Angie. Why? Huh? That wasn't there before. Is that a letter? This handwriting.
This is really good story.
What did you say this ship's running on?
Angie.
It's running on her. What? The hell's that supposed to mean? Angie's just a little girl. What do you mean she's powering the ship?
She's a Valkyria, Raz.
It's not just the Centurion. The Cavalier, the Comet, all the ships were the same. Our ship runs on Angie's power. The power of the Valkyria.
Oh boy. This is bad, but such a good story.
Valkyria?
Yes. The main reactor is fueled by a Valkyria. Each ship was assigned one. On paper, they're civilian contractors. And the one assigned to the Centurion is named Angie. Angelica Farnaby.
Wait, hold on. Just what is a Valkyria? I heard they're descendants of the ancient Valkyrer, who protected this land a long time ago. I've already been told that the Empire is weaponizing them, and that the Winter Witch is one specialized for combat. But you're saying the Federation has their own Valkyria? Not even as weapons, but as living batteries?
That's correct. Angelica has been modified to act as a power source. By exposing herself to Ragnite, she can generate energy far beyond conventional compression. She alone can produce enough energy to power this entire cruiser.
That's why the restricted area was so heavily guarded.
Yes.
You're using a human being. You locked a little girl in the reactor of a military ship.
Claude, she volunteered for this. She signed a waiver agreeing that she and her life belong to the military.
That's still not...
There's no way that could be legitimate.
Yes, exactly.
On the contrary, it's a legally binding contract, just like the one you signed when you enlisted. It was an accident that she left the main reactor and met you all, and suffered amnesia at that. But once she remembered her duty, she returned to the main reactor of her own volition.
How is this even possible?
She and all the others volunteered for this initiative. They're doing whatever they can for their homeland.
This is so morally grey. I mean, yes, I signed up for the Navy. I did. For reasons I'm not going to go into, it didn't work out for me, but still. Although there's not a difference between volunteering to serve your country and protect it in a time of war and all that kind of stuff, I don't know whether it's the fact she's a little girl or, you know, a child, or whether it's not being able to, like, bib a gun and actually protect, but instead being plugged in as a reactor. Something in this just feels wrong. But I can totally understand why someone would want to do whatever they could. Oh. It's so grey, it's just ridiculous.
But both the Cavalier and the Comet are gone.
Indeed. The Valkyria's fates are tied to their ships. They knew the risks. The immense propulsion power of the snow cruisers would be unattainable without Valkyrian support. And Operation Cygnus is impossible without these ships. This plan has been in the works for a long time.
I knew it. This was already being prepared even before Operation Northern Cross.
Correct. The United States of Vinland developed these ships and their tech. They are the hidden orchestrators of Cygnus.
This is insane. How deep does this rabbit hole go?
Never asked that question.
Are you going to abandon the mission, then? Would you betray your allies just to take the moral high ground?
Brian, you have serious problems, my friend.
Betray my allies?
For every day we move forward on the Crystal Sea, our allies on land are retreating from the Empire. As we speak, the Federation's death toll keeps on growing. Operation Northern Cross is a lost cause. The Cygnus fleet is the only hope we have of ending this war. And here we are, 2 days from the Imperial capital. 3 at most, even with combat.
Then, you plan on storming the enemy's capital with Angie still hooked up to the main reactor?
That's correct. Claude, do you believe the captain will wake up from this?
I don't know. I can only hope so.
We'll need a decision. Soon. Who else could make that call without being swayed by emotion? Please, Captain. We need you to wake up.
Here we go.
That little girl was moving the ship? All this time it was her? What is this shit? Is this supposed to be a joke?
She was smiling.
Huh?
Angie, she was smiling. She said she had to go back to where she belonged. Then the door closed, and she was locked inside. She was looking at me until the main reactor came on. She was smiling the whole time.
You think she wanted this?
I think she wanted to save us, and that was the only way.
But she's just a goddamn kid. We're using this child as a tool of war?
Read this.
To my favorite big sis Riley. First, I want to say I'm sorry. I wanted to tell you what I really am, but I just couldn't. When I got on this ship, I signed a piece of paper. It had a lot of big words, but it said the military would take care of my family after I'm gone. After that, I drank some medicine, and it tasted really bad, and I got really sleepy. And then I was in the Forbidden Sector, and the whole time I was in there, I was dreaming. It was a really scary dream. Lots of people were fighting. They got hurt and died. So when I woke up, and I met all of you, and everyone was so kind to me, I've never felt happier in my life. Even though there's a war going on outside, the ship is like a really big house with a really big family.
Yeah.
But I have a family back home, too. There's my papa, and one little sister, and 2 little brothers. Papa just drinks all day and doesn't go to work. That's why we didn't have any money. But then men in uniforms came to my village. They told us to take an aptitude test. And that's how I learned I could be a Valkyria. I could be useful. So I made a promise with the soldiers. They'd give Papa money and help my sister and brothers go to school. And in return, I'd go away on this ship.
What?
To tell you the truth, I really didn't want to do it. I wanted to stay home with my family. But if I didn't help, they told me a lot of happy families would be sad, and lots of people might get hurt. They said it was my duty to help, so I decided it was the right thing to do.
Duty.
But you know what? I actually kinda liked being here. I think I learned something from everybody on the ship. I learned what it means to protect someone you love. And I learned why this war has to end. So I'm going back to the place where I belong. I'm really proud that I could help protect everyone. Thank you, Riley. And tell everyone else thanks, too. Goodbye.
Holy shit! What the hell is this?
I'm right there with you, Raz.
Claude, this operation's over. We're taking Angie and we're getting the hell out of here!
If we do that, this ship will stop dead in its tracks. They'd never make it to the Imperial capital.
You think I give a shit? What the hell kind of victory is worth killing an innocent girl? Riley, you feel the same way, right? Oh, come on, Kai, say something!
I think I finally see why my brother left the Federation.
Forseti. He knew about this?
He always avoided saying anything outright. All he'd tell me is that the Federation had been twisted.
Yeah, after seeing this shit, I'd say the same thing. I can't take this. You see what they've done to her?
I know. It's unforgivable, but...
Kai?
But in this moment, all I know for sure is that Angie is fighting harder than any of us.
Angie wants peace. She chose this path herself. She's fighting her own battle, her own war, in the blue fires of that reactor. All we can do for her now is fight at her side.
An attack!
Couldn't even give us time to think, huh?
Not much I can add to that, guys. Arise potential something to protect has changed into a child's wish. Okay.
Come on, let's go!
Preparations complete. I'm heading out.
Riley, wait! You know Ragnite better than anyone, so I need to ask you something. That explosion that came from the Cavalier, was it... Did that explosion come from the main reactor?
The reactor's energy output is hundreds of times beyond whatever we could achieve through standard compression. But even with that kind of power, I don't know if it would trigger a chain reaction as massive as the one we saw. Look, I'm sure I could give you an answer if I had time to analyze the data. But I'm sorry, I'd really rather not think about all that right now.
No, I'm sorry. I was being insensitive. The squad we're up against is probably the one we fought before, led by the black-plated tank. I know you've got a lot on your mind, so for now, let's just focus on winning this battle.
Got it.
Okay, chapter 15, Face Off. Here we go. Hey, it's a
Who'd have
Vulcan.
thought HQ would personally request the Ausbruch for this assignment?
That massive explosion probably got the top brass panicking.
Yeah.
Can't blame him. If one of those things went off inside the capital... If it's gotta explode, make it happen on the Crystal Sea, far away from the capital. HQ's orders.
So we're the expendable pawns again, huh?
Not if I have anything to say about it. Crimeria's heading for the enemy ship from the other side.
Of course she is.
We'll distract it from the front, and she'll destroy it.
Destroy? If I recall, Belgar and Agent Forsetti seemed pretty intent on capturing that ship in one piece.
Not happening. We are sinking that thing. Orders be damned. Some things just can't be allowed to exist.
Huh? Well, destruction's fine by me. I'm just hoping one of our shots doesn't set the damn thing off, sir.
No worries. Crimeria's gotten better with her power. She's more stable now. She won't lose control. I'll look after her.
Yeah, whatever you say, lover boy.
Anyway, thanks to HQ's meddling, we're finally out of Doc Belgar's jurisdiction. Once we're done here, I think it's time for us to take a nice, long vacation.
To be honest, I was terrified of that Winter Witch when I first saw her. Maybe it's just me, but ever since she met you, she's gotten more approachable, more human. She's been acting, dare I say, cuter. I understand why you'd want to protect her, sir.
you might find she's a little too hot for you to handle.
Don't worry, sir. I'm not making a move on her. We got enough enemies without you trying to kill me, too.
That silhouette.
Lieutenant Colonel Volz, the enemy ship's been sighted. We're moving at full speed to engage.
This is it. My soulmate and I get to have one last dance. I will protect the capital. My men, my motherland, and the woman I love. I'll protect them all.
Okay, so this is the next battle. Like I said, don't think I'll be fighting this one today. Versus Alsbrook. Okay. So we know that Chimera is coming from one direction. We've got Once and his Alsbrook coming from the other direction. We're going to be stuck in the middle. I don't like a pincer movement unless I'm doing it. Okay. So we've got a little bit of time. So we're going to quickly show you how this lovely battle of ours. It's called the Crystal Sea. It's skirmish number 6. Your standard get in, blow up the bad guys. So what you want
onward
is
to victory.
You want Claude and Ronald because you're going to be using them more than anything else. You put Minerva there.
Better keep up.
Lock and load.
Raz. And ideally you want another Assault Trooper, Viola, Emmy, whoever you like. You can put Melania in there, that's fine. Or whatever leader you've got. But you really
Let's finish
want
this quick.
whoever your squad leader there. So we've got Minerva, so I use her because she's a scout and she moves furthest. And a couple of Assault Troopers, or Shock Troopers, whatever you want to call them. Other than that, you just fill out
I've got this.
with
My turn.
all your command points.
Ready and waiting.
I like throwing people all over the place.
Yes, sir.
But you can actually just fill them out how you like. You're going to be using that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. That's it. Everything else is superfluous, apart from command points. Completely superfluous.
Stop.
So you're going to take out this tank, these 2 troops, that trooper, that tank, and there's 2 troops here. That's all you're going after. Everything else is completely useless. So, here's how we do
Advancing.
it. And I pray that I don't screw this up.
Enemy sighted.
Shots fired. Find some cover.
Move the Hoff in there, and
Right there.
first hit.
You can warm up back at base.
Right, so that's that bit done. Now we
Let's
go
go.
to the Glory.
They're in range.
Phone.
And we pull it right alongside the Hoff.
They're firing at me.
And we fire at the same place. The Hoffman will fire with us,
I'll cover you.
which takes that down to practically nothing.
Uh-oh. The enemy's firing back.
Now, before we stop,
I
we keep
spotted the enemy.
moving,
Returning fire.
and we stop there.
My turn.
Okay,
Uh-oh. The enemy's firing back.
now you don't aim for one, you kind of aim for the middle. And you hit the mortar. Okay, so that is now taken out. You don't need to worry about that anymore. We've got the tank to take out. This tank is actually facing the opposite direction. So, in order to do all this with the Hoffen, we need 3 command points. 1 for the tank, 1 for that dude, 1 for that dude. So there's 3 of those command points. The Glory
Let's go.
is now going to use
They're in range.
1 more command point to blow that tank up.
Great job. I knew you had it in you.
And we stop there. Right, now for the Hoffen.
Okay, moving out.
Keep firing.
weighing us down.
That wind. I see.
We've got winter on our side!
Okay,
and
moving
now
out.
Move forward.
I will see this through.
Commencing counterattack. Follow my lead.
Incoming!
Okay, now these you can actually hit.
Right there!
Bang on.
Okay, moving out.
You've been spotted. Watch out!
Wide open.
Unfortunately, you can't capture the point with a tank, so now we go back to Minerva. And we use the command
Follow
skill.
my lead. Fall in.
I got your back.
Federation officer. I will not fall here.
And we're going to the Hoffman, so you go around here.
Let's break through their line.
Don't stop! You've got to break through!
Now you want to stay underneath this.
Frostbite is worse than a gunshot wound. Trust me.
I have to
Stop it!
How was that?
I should have expected as much from you.
She won't make it to the end, so we don't bother
Here
with
comes
that.
the pain!
Incoming!
Don't worry about the tank, it can't see you.
Alright! Got their base!
And if I'm right, we have 2 command points left.
We've taken the enemy base. The mission was a success.
Done. 37,000 XP and 81,000 in cash. So that's it. That's all it takes. We have so much money and experience. We can pretty much just go through that mission multiple times, and I don't think we'd be able to get ourselves up to 20 without doing it like 10 times or something like that. Even then, I don't know if that would be enough. I don't think it would be. The last level up I did for like everybody, I did like 150,000 XP. I think we'd need like 20-30 times doing that. But it's a quick and easy way because, like, sort of one turn. And it's a very straightforward system. Take out that first tank, take out the support base, use the Hoffen to take out everything else, and then it's just one trooper. One. You have to be careful of that mortar, but just stay under cover, you'll be fine. But there you go, guys. All done. All finished. So, go back 2 episodes. Next time we'll be versus Alsbrook. I'm worried about that one. Look at all these blocked areas. Tanks can't go to. I've got a feeling we're going to be like here or something. I don't know. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, then please do hit that like button. Don't forget to comment and share. If you're new to the channel like yourself, please do consider subscribing. But until next time, you lot, take care of yourselves. I'll see you there. Bye-bye.